What's up? Yes, we finally have the engine block back. So I'm sure everybody's gonna want to know what was wrong with the engine. Was it bored incorrectly? Did Dark mess something up? So, truth be known, there was actually nothing wrong with the engine bore. Nothing at all. I sent it to a local machine shop and he measured everything out, told me that everything was good. At least I feel better now knowing that everything checked out okay, so it's no big issue. Regardless of that, we have the engine back and we're gonna go ahead throw this thing together today. Now, nothing has been changed on the engine, so all of our plastic gauge, all of the measurements that we already took previously, all that stuff will still hold up in court. So we're gonna go ahead, do this tonight, get this thing thrown together, and at least have a short block assembled, right? I don't know if I showed you in the other video, but we did wash this thing back down again. So it looks like the engine fared pretty well, and it is not rusty, which is a good thing. So let's go back over this one more time, just for somebody that's maybe new. This is a Dart SHP block. We will be putting a 347 kit in this thing with a 70mm turbo and a Comp Cams XE274 HR camshaft. All I'm gonna do here is blow this thing off with some brake cleaner, make sure we get all the dust and stuff like that that's settled, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna throw the crankshaft in this thing and we should be good. So like I said, our measurements have already been taken, so we should be good. Oh yeah, I forgot one other thing. So I don't know if I told you guys, but I did buy the Icon torque wrench. I just opened it up for the first time, and my first impressions, really? Not good. It's a really nice looking torque wrench for whatever that's worth. I don't know. Everything that I've read stacks up to Snap-on and whatever else out there. As a matter of fact, there was a video that I watched where this thing was actually more accurate than the Snap-on. I don't know. Maybe I can find a video, post a link for you guys, whatever. Look, I don't really care. As long as it's within a pound or so, I'm good, right? I know that this Icon stuff is good. It's not just Harbor Freight junk. So if you guys are looking for some good stuff but don't want to spend Snap-on money, you always got the Icon. But first we got to see why this popped out. How does that pop? That goes like that. Yeah, whatever. We're not going to judge Icon based off that. By the way, it was $100, I think, for this one. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and start spraying everything off, and I'll get back to you guys in just a second. Guys, I'm excited about this. And just like that, we have now got the crankshaft in, and man, I'm telling you guys, this thing spins like butter. I don't know what it is about it. And it's not torqued yet, but it spins just as good once it is torqued. What I'm going to do next is torque everything down, then start dropping pistons in. So cross your fingers on that, make sure everything's good. I had to go in, check the torque specs, make sure everything is correct. And the torque specs are as follows. The inner bolts on this SHP block are 100 pounds and the outer are 65 pounds. So right this second, we're just going to get everything threaded in and started. Got all the bolts in. Now what we want to do is just run them down flush, and we'll go ahead and start torquing everything down. I know a lot of you are probably freaking out right now thinking, dude, what are you doing? You can't use this. You have to torque everything. Well, this particular impact has a setting, and on number 1 right here, basically as soon as it feels resistance, it stops. So it's just going to allow us to run everything down. We'll torque everything in just a second. And here we go. Finally, I get to use the new Icon torque wrench. I'm pretty excited about this, guys. So as far as torque specs go, all Dart gives you is the final torque specs, which, like I said, on these are 100 foot-pounds, and on these are 65. So what we're going to do is just split that difference. That's always a good, safe way to do it. I'm going to set this thing at 50 right here and start working our way out. That's 50 foot-pounds. We're going to go ahead, hit these things at 100, and then we'll come back and tighten these down. You guys probably can't see it, I'm sure, but there you go. So there's 100 foot-pounds. Remember, I'm not going to give you a lot of tips and tricks in this, but one thing I do want to tell you, anytime you're torquing anything, you want smooth, fluid motions. So don't jerk it, don't do anything like that. Cut that part out. Just be very smooth with it as you pull. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and set these. I'm going to start them at 50, and then we'll go up to 65 foot-pounds. I'm going to start back in the center again. Verify, well, we had the right socket. Verify that everything is good. Basically what I'm doing anytime that I torque anything, it's just the way I do things, is I put myself in a strain. I mean, I go ahead, I bear down on this thing, and I get ready, you know, and then I just focus on pulling steady. So it's like when it's really not that hard, watch. See, it's not hard, but you're putting yourself in that mode of being nice and steady with it. Anyway, that's what I do. So the crankshaft turns nice and smooth, as we would expect. Very lightly, I'm going to focus just on the rod journals. So I just want to verify that there's no trash, nothing sticky, or nothing sticking out or anything like that. So it is piston time. So what we're going to do is go ahead and flip this thing over. I'm going to clean the cylinders real quick, like just real quick. Throw a rag in here. Now these things have been freshly cleaned, but obviously you want to go over everything, make sure it's good, nothing looks crazy. They've been inside the house wrapped up. We want to get a touch of motor oil right there on the wrist pin. That way it's lubricated as well. So what we're going to do here is get some oil in your hands, smear it around the cylinder. Well, all right, guys, not much to say here. Everything went in good. The ring compressor was a little different. Like, you got to make sure this thing is centered just right. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead, finish doing this, and because it's going to take me a while to do, and I'll get back to you as soon as we get all the pistons in. There we go. All right, guys, this thing has finally come together. Nate has come over to help. And we ran into a couple little small issues, nothing major, some stuff I was doing that Nate wanted to change, and that's all right. That's why we peer check each other. But he's going to go ahead and just check the top of the main caps real quick, make sure they're all good. And also this preset ring compressor. Guys, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it don't work. But it's difficult to work with. Do you not agree, Nate?
It was aggravating.
Yeah, so
Aggravating.
very aggravating. But I mean, it works, but you got to really be careful with it. Now Nate's got some really nice stuff over here. So he's got this nice ring compressor set up over here that ratchets down like this. Anyway, really nice. That's what we ended up using. I just figured I'd kind of show everybody that Nate did come over, and hey, he caught something, so that's really good. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I'll get back up with you guys probably tomorrow, and we might start putting some other stuff back on it. Maybe put the oil pump, oil pan, all that stuff. I don't know, we'll see. Either way, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So the reason I was gonna come out today and put everything back on this rather than last night is that this Icon torque wrench, which actually I really like, by the way. So as you can see, this thing starts at 50 pounds. So the torque specs that we used for the rods were, I think it was 45 pounds. So obviously this torque wrench that only starts at 50 pounds was not really gonna work. So what we did was we just backed it off 5 pounds, went ahead and torqued the rods down. And Jonate's gonna come by today and we're gonna verify that 45 foot-pounds just to make sure everything's good, right? I'm pretty sure this thing will register 45 foot-pounds, just backing it off 5 pounds, but I'm not sure. It's not rated for that, so that's the whole deal. But yeah, this Icon torque wrench is really nice, but guys, that's something to be aware of. Unless your torque specs start above 50, something to think about with this torque wrench. I like it, but I don't know, guys. The thing needs, in my opinion, needs to start at like 45. So you guys know that I'm big on staying motivated, right? Here lately, I've not been super motivated, but we kind of pushed through everything. What's happening to me is what I've always said I don't want to do. I have basically got an accumulation of parts built up, and to be completely honest with you, that's a bad thing for me. I don't like to do that. I pretty much like to order whatever I need and then install those parts as I go. It all depends on the person's mindset though. For me, I have to do a little here and a little there. Like, as I buy stuff, install that stuff. So with that being said, I just want to remind everybody, if you're struggling with your build and maybe you're lacking motivation, and let's say you're the type of guy that likes to buy like all of your parts and have everything together before you start your build, maybe try go ahead and building what it is that you have for right now, get to a stopping point, order more parts, and try it that way. Maybe that will help you with motivation. It definitely works for me. And also, on the other hand, if you're one of those guys that likes to just buy stuff, put stuff in, and that's not working for you, you're not super motivated, try it the other way. You try ordering up a bunch of parts and then doing it all at one time, and maybe that will help you. There's not one thing that works for everybody. That's the big thing that I want to share with you guys. And also, try different things. I mean, we all get tired of the same thing, right? You don't eat at the same place every single time you go out to eat, do you? A little bit of variety is very good. So try some different things with your build and try to stay motivated. Put on some good music, hang out with friends, drink a beer if that's what keeps you motivated. I don't know, get your family involved, whatever it is, stay motivated, guys, because I'm telling you, once you fall into that trap, it's hard to get out of. It's almost like a form of depression. Whenever you get down and out and you've got stuff stacking up, or either you don't have the money for the parts or whatever the case may be, it really starts to kind of get you down. So just find a way to stay motivated. That's it. Dig deep. Help one another, right? You guys help me stay motivated. I try to help you guys stay motivated. You know, also, if money is an issue, which it usually is with most people, if money is an issue, reevaluate your game plan, because you don't always have to buy the best of the best. Now, if you're doing an engine build, I do suggest you go ahead and buy the best that you can buy. That's understandable. But as far as like something else, like as far as like getting your car running, say the only thing that's keeping you from putting your car on the road is putting a set of bare brakes, or maybe you don't have the money for that brand new upper and lower intake that you want, but you've got a stock intake over there. You know, I'm not saying it works for everybody, but go ahead and use what it is that you have, get your car moving, and you can always come back obviously and upgrade these things in a week or two, in a month, whatever the case may be. You can at least get your car outside, move it around, wash it, clean it up, drive it a little bit. So that's what I suggest anyway, guys. I'm just trying to help everybody stay motivated. Guys, we got to do this. We have to keep one another motivated. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. I think we've got something huge coming for the channel. Huge. I'm not going to disclose anything else right now, but give me a couple of weeks or so, and I think I'll be ready to talk about it and show you guys. Maybe sooner. I don't know. We'll just see how it all works out. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching.